The Camden people come now in 1971 in kind of a long line of people who've been protesting against the draft. The draft has been enormously controversial since the escalation of the war in '65 and in '66, because it's quite obvious to most Americans, anybody who's observing this from their own neighborhoods and communities, that the people who are being drafted to fight in this war are disproportionately poor, working class, and minority. That's important because for protesters throughout the mid and late 1960s, the draft makes a very obvious and convenient target of anti-war protest. First, you have, as early as 1965, you have individuals who are burning their draft cards, which the Congress immediately responds by passing a law making that illegal. You then have in 1967 and 1968 a much larger civil disobedience program of people turning in their draft cards in huge ceremonies, sometimes in churches, sometimes on the steps of federal buildings, and returning their draft cards to the federal government. Here's my draft card, you have my name, come and get me, put us in jail, in the way that civil rights activists had done just a few years before. But at about the same time, you have older members beyond draft age of the anti-war movement, and particularly of the Catholic left, so-called Catholic left, who begin to raise the stakes, if you will, in their draft resistance. And so Daniel and Philip Berrigan become the national figureheads for this Catholic left movement, and rightly so, because they are in many ways the spiritual and activist leaders of these groups of people.